What's up? This is Bacon is my podcast. I'm Jimmy.
I am Mike.
And we are proud to be part of the Deluxe Edition network. That is right, the Den.
That's right, hashtag the Den. We are part of an awesome network with a number of fantastic podcasts, such as History I'd Like to Fuck, or HILF Podcast, Barrel Age Chicks, Barrel Age Flicks, Spoil My Movie, Deluxe Edition Podcast. Man, I could go on forever.
You could, but we won't, so you can go
Beard
watch.
Laws.
Go listen, go watch, check them all out now.
In a
Deluxe
pickle.
Edition Network.
Right now, deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Follow it on social medias, Deluxe Edition Network.
What's your bacon?
Hey, it's
Mike.
me. I'm the problem, it's me.
I don't think you're the problem. You know what the problem is? Nobody knows where to find us online. That's the problem.
Well,
They're
I think there's...
Sometimes I go to YouTube. Sometimes I want to go to Spotify. Sometimes, how do I know where I can find everything bacon?
You know what there is? There's one place that has everything, all-encompassing. It's baconismypodcast.com.
A solution!
Exactly. You ever want to listen to our music?
Yeah.
Or know where to find us on YouTube?
Yeah.
Or on Apple Music?
Yeah.
Spotify?
Yes.
Maybe grab some shirts?
Check
Find
out
some-
sponsor.
Find some sweet deals on some sodas from drinkwildbills.com, or maybe some beard product from Mythical Beards.
Maybe you want to pick up a Podex.
Use the promo code BACON on all of those websites and get 10% off. But if you can't remember that, just go to baconismypodcast.com, hit sponsors. You're right there.
Yeah.
Tells you everything.
Find everything about us. Leave us a comment. Ask us a question. And always remember to ask yourselves every single day,
What's your bacon?
what's your bacon?
So you mentioned 84 tattoos. Like, so for me, I have like a lot of spot pieces. So I can talk about like, well, I have this one and I have this one and I have this one. And then I finally got like my half sleeve done, which had another tattoo within it.
Yeah, you connected to another one.
And I connected two with it. So do you kind of like, do you play with that at all? Where you're like, okay, well, this is one, this is another, this is, and then you go back and go, all right, hey, connect this.
No, I mean, no, I don't. So like everything's individual, like when it comes to me. So like I have, like you said, I have a half sleeve coming down this arm right here. And I got one piece right here. So I'm finishing the rest of my sleeve. And then on this arm, it's all patchwork, all kinds of, cool stuff. And like on my neck, I have like, these pieces.
Okay.
And then like I have obviously, oh shit, where am I going? Oh my god, cameras. I got these birds and then
I
these
like the
wings.
birds, man. That's excellent.
I don't know if y'all can see these on the back.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I mean, I got my legs are covered. I got grenade, scorpion, all kinds of stuff on my legs. And then my hands are my favorite. So I have like, I got hope on this hand. So it's all jacked up, man. I've had this done 4 times. And then 2002.
Dude, the fingers are hard to keep. Like from what I hear, anyway. I don't have any. I don't have any in my hands yet.
No, I've got these done 4 different times, and it's ridiculous.
It's rough to keep that, right? Because it's such an active area that rub off.
It really is. But what was I gonna say? No, but for me, I'm not like I'm far from halfway done. Like I'm going for all like no skin showing.
What's your take on facial tattoos?
Facial tattoos for me personally, I wouldn't go Post Malone, but I would most definitely get like a little something right here on the side of my face.
Okay.
But not like words and just
like I've seen some really cool. I know for me, I've seen some things that I've thought were really cool. I've seen some really cool like hairline.
Yeah.
tattoos.
So that's what I'm gonna be doing as well, especially with the back of my head. But
yeah,
from the sides of my head, I'll do that. But I won't touch the top of my head and anything on like my forehead area, but definitely on the sides.
So we're going to get a tattoo.
Yeah,
we've been talking about it for a long time. Actually, we were just in San Diego a couple of weeks back, and we found a 24-hour tattoo shop that got some not so great reviews.
Yeah, once I started looking at the work, I was like, maybe we won't go there.
But what we want to do is we want to get one of those, like the popsicles that break apart. We want to get them somewhere.
Yeah.
I think maybe here, like
right on the hand,
like on the hand or on the pinky or something. But instead of being like a red or a purple, because I mean, who the fuck wants a purple?
Nobody wants a purple popsicle.
We'll color
Red.
it in bacon.
I mean, red.
Yes.
Reds.
But we'll color it in
flavors
bacon.
aren't the fruit, by the way. They're just the color.
Right.
You know, like it's. Yeah. What color do you want? Cherry? Nobody says that. They go, I want red.
Right. But yeah,
Great.
we're gonna do it in bacon
Purple.
color. We're gonna do it. We have to do it soon. We have to do it
definitely got to do
very
it
soon.
What was your
before you get
first-
into the next question?
I was gonna say, what was your first tattoo?
Well, let's.
Oh, what do you?
What I want.
I mean, we're already in the episode. Are you trying to intro it?
No, I want to tell everybody.
Oh yeah, okay.
Welcome. To
We should
podcast.
probably. We're already talking, but yeah.
And welcome.
For those of you that didn't check out What's Your Bacon is 7 Questions with Luke Middleton, why didn't you do that?
Yeah,
go back and do that, and then come back now. But right now we're mid conversation. We're mid conversation with a buddy right here, and he's a singer songwriter.
Yeah. Nothing Ever After. The EP just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, welcome to the show.
Yes,
that is the full show.
Yes.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
So you've been welcome. They've been caught up to speed. Now,
yeah. What's your first?
what was your first tattoo, man? Let's get back to the conversation.
So I don't know if y'all can see this, but I have this. It says saved right here.
Yeah.
That was my first tattoo. I got that when I was 17.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I begged.
See, you were saved at 17?
It's one of those first tattoo kind of things. I came from a very Christian background family.
Gotcha.
So before I experienced life, I would say, I thought I knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I had my head on my shoulders, but I never really got slapped in the face with life yet. So it really took me going through all the things that I've been through to be saved. But back then, at 17 years old, I hadn't really experienced anything. So I would have said I was saved.
Now, when you see it now, does that does it conjure up feelings of back then? Does it make you kind of introspective on things, or does it mean something different for you now?
It means something different for me now because a lot of my body I got a lot of dark things and I got a lot of positive things. So everything that's tattooed on my body means something, whether it's stupid little silly tattoo or it's just like something surreal. But like everything that I have on my body is a daily reminder for myself that like, hey, like I can look at anything I have going on and be like, I remember that time in my life. But if I can get through that time in my life, there's nothing that I can't do to get through this time that I'm going through. So for me, this little tattoo saved actually does. It's kind of like my most powerful tattoo on my body because not only was it my first, but I think for me, it really sums up kind of everything that I've been through, and I find I'm a Christian, so I find my strength and in my faith. So that really helps me out.
I think it's interesting that you got yours at 17. I wanted mine so fucking bad when I was like 16. My parents were like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had to beg. I had to beg and beg and beg for my mom to sign off on it. I was at the beach actually on vacation, and I was just like, "Mom, please sign off. Please sign off. Please sign off." Just over and over, to the point where she was like, "Fine, I'll sign off." Jeez.
Well, she had to at least kind of like feel like, okay, well, this is exclamation of your faith. It is an extension of you. Like it's a way of kind of like I know with I took my brother for his first tattoo.
Yes,
and so what I was like, okay, we're gonna get we're gonna get something that signifies brother to us, right? And it's actually this one, which, like typical, like Chinese caricature.
I got one of those too.
Yeah, it totally doesn't mean brother at all. Like that's what it said on the wall when we were there, and we were all hungover. And he came to New York for his birthday, 21st birthday, and we were like, all right, we're gonna ruin you for days, right? And we were all hungover and went to a tattoo place, and I was like, we're gonna get this, it's cool, and we got it, and you know, it meant brother. It still means brother to us. I don't care what it means. Right. You know, it means last name, same last name, and male. So that's as close as you can get because there's no caricature for brother. Could be in left arm for all I know, which is good that it's on my left arm. But, you know, once I explained that to my mom, she was like, well, I can't hate it because it was like a thing you did together. And it was a thing that's like family and it's, you know, so it's one of those things. So I could see why your mom was probably like, I don't know if I want this, but at least I'm into what the meaning is and I'm into how he feels about it.
Well, I mean, my parents were never too happy with me. The more I started getting tattoos, the more they started just like kind of giving up on the point of trying to tell me stop getting tattoos.
Right.
So the more I got tattoos, the more acceptance they started to have for me. So it was pretty awesome. I couldn't stop myself. And they're like, oh, whatever, man. It's your life.
It's funny too, like so like my first tattoo, it wasn't the best. And even like I said, I got this piece done and then it was untouched initially. And my artist was kind of like, hey man, that's sitting in like the middle of this art. Like, can I fix it, please? Because it looks like garbage.
You're ruining the art that I'm doing.
It's like, okay, go ahead. He's like, I'm not gonna charge you. I'm like, well, double go ahead.
Yeah.
And but I do have my second tattoo that I actually do regret still. Well, like I'm still trying to, I'm trying to figure out the best way to reconcile how I feel about it, right? Okay. Like,
explain what it is.
It's the Breaking Benjamin symbol. It is on my calf. And it's there.
You're a fan.
And I'm a fan of their old stuff. I really do. Once he fired everybody and then got like session players, not as much of a fan.
Right.
But I was a fan then, and their music meant a lot to me at the time. But I even like I talked to my guy and I was like, just the way that it's positioned on the calf and everything. He's like, oh yeah, man, we'll change it.
You're boring, Luke.
Sorry,
boring, Luke.
No, you're not. You're not.
We'll cover it up.
He's yawning.
We'll cover it up. No problem. No problem. And then he's like, just show me after we're done. Just show me. And I showed it to him, and like his first reaction was like, oh. Just because the positions, the size, and I was like, this is here forever. Unless I just do a black, like just calf down black.
Maybe do a calf down black.
There is no such thing as a perfect tattoo.
That's true.
The one I got on my sleeve right here. It's praying hands with dog tags, and the middle finger is like crooked.
Right.
Let's see if I can show you.
Now,
see if I can show you. It's kind of scary, man.
No. So what I do want to say as you're doing that, lift up.
Stand up just a little bit more.
See if you can see that. Oh, my nipple's out.
Oh boy.
We got nipple. Now we got a PG-13 rating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is a little, it's a little bend in it. There's a little bend in it. But you know what? Some people got fingers like that. He
hyped me up over. He was like, all right, we're going to get you this piece for this much. And it's going to be like, I'm going to hook you up, kid. Like, it's going to be great. Right. I'm like, all right, sick. And I'm all hyped up for it. And at the end, I'm like sitting there, I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, this looks like really good. This looks really good. And I get up and I stand up and I'm like looking in the mirror there. And I'm like, no way, bro.
That's the worst.
The pinky or like that finger's like that. It's like super crooked. And the pinky part is like very, very, very thin and tiny. And I'm just like, all right, don't try to look at it. Just, it's there. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't get it fixed. It is what it is. It's on your body for the rest of your life. So I slowly get to that point where I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But there's no such thing as a perfect tattoo. And a lot of my tattoos had been redone plenty of times. So
you know what? Art's in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean? Like that's part of it. You know, like there's always an artist's interpretation. You're always, even when you're getting a tattoo, you're communicating to an artist what you want, and then they're doing their version of what they understand from what you explain to them. Unless you bring in a direct photo and you're like, this is what I want exactly, which is also incredibly difficult to try and get done. That's why, like, when I go, my artist is always like, I go to the same guy all the time, and he's like, what are we doing today? And I'm like, I don't know. What are we doing today? And we'll pick a couple topics, and he'll draw some stuff up, and I'll be like, yo, you're the artist. Let's go. Let's figure it out. You know, you're not going to put something that sucks on me.
No,
as long as we talk about it.
I will say, though, I had one tattoo that I absolutely regretted for the longest time, just because my tattoo artist completely did, like, I had a picture for him. I was like, this is what I want. I want it wrapped around my arm. I want this barbed wire wrapped around my arm. I showed him a picture. He was like, oh, I got you. Perfect. Sweet. Dude was on LSD, bro. And he like completely he like jacked it up big time, man. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it like wraps around my arm.
Right.
Jacked me up, bro. And it's probably my worst tattoo on my body right now, but I've came to the point where I actually like it, because like it's kind of a funny story. It's kind of a funny story. I got tattooed while I was on LSD, man.
Yeah. That's a decent story. Like I gotta say, that's a decent story.
Yeah, I can't hate on it. I can't. No, my regret is actually because what I like my takeaway from this tattoo was I had two choices, and I was going to get one or another, and I went with
one was a portrait of the singer of Breaking Benjamin's face.
No. Actually, I got the other one. Right. I eventually got it. It was the angel from One Hot Minute, Red Hot Chili Peppers. So like, I had that where I was going to get the Breaking Benjamin thing, and I was with a girl at the time who was like, "Oh well, I'm going to get the Breaking Benjamin thing on my wrist," and the people that I was around, my parents, they were like, "Why don't you both get the same tattoo? That would be great."
Oh my Lord!
And that's what I did, and then I regret it here.
Yeah,
20 years later.
We should get the same tattoo as each other at 16 or at 18.
No, it's 20.
This is going to be forever. So what's your, like, if someone, because inevitably, like anybody with tattoos, somebody who wants tattoos is always going to ask you for tattoo advice, right?
They're gonna ask you, oh my God, how bad did it hurt? Where's the worst place that hurts?
Do I use numbing cream?
Right. Do I do this?
No,
Do I do that?
It don't work. It don't work.
What's your advice to someone, like your top 3 things if you're telling a person that doesn't have any tattoos? What's your advice to them?
What's my advice to them? I'm going to give them a number 1 rule of thumb. Do not go into a tattoo shop without an idea, because you're going to piss off the artist. Don't go in there and say, I don't know what I want, but I have a bunch of pictures here of what I think I want.
Right.
You're just wasting the artist's time, you know?
Yeah.
So rule of thumb, don't overthink shit. If you want it, don't let anybody tell you not to get it. And especially don't go in there without an idea of what you want, because you're going to sit there and waste the guy's time when he could have other clients coming in. And I don't know, just don't be a puss. Right. It's temporary pain for a beautiful piece of art on your body.
A beautiful piece of art. For one of a kind, too.
Right.
So bring in your own stuff. Get one of a kind. Don't just get out of the book. That's my advice.
Yeah.
I also tell people, I'm like, don't think that it has to mean so much.
Right. If you like it, you don't have to have any meaning. I mean, if you like it,
if you love it and you want to put it on you, put it on you. Don't overthink it. Just like don't overthink it. Like, don't think like, this is my first tattoo, it has to mean everything. Like, I almost say, get like a tattoo that doesn't mean anything, that you just happen to like first, because that kind of like breaks that seal of feeling like it has to mean so much. Because people overthink things forever, and they're like, I can't go because I just want it to be the most perfect thing. And then when you have your artist, you destroy their will to live.
Yeah.
It's just over talking to them about what it means to you, and they're just like, oh my God.
Get over it, bro. Come on, let's just get to work here.
And always tip your artist. Tip your artist
yes,
really well.
yeah.
Always tip the artist because it sucks, but they don't get that full amount they charge. No, they only get it because like $100-something of it goes to the shop. So
and don't go for the cheapest tattoo. Go for the artist that you like the work the best.
Yes,
I made that mistake.
We've all
I'm to the point now where
flash sale.
I'm to the point now where I'll have my mindset on something I want, and then I find something else, and I go ahead and just get that because in my mind I'm like, no worries, I'll just get that other piece later. Like I'm not to the overthinking part anymore. I just get whatever I want, and I'm like, okay, I'll just get that later on because I know I will.
What's up, everybody? I'm Matt, the host of the Beard Laws Podcast, a podcast that has nothing to do with beards. A podcast where we aim to entertain and interact with our live viewers, but our listeners, they're like the quiet person that never talks sitting around the bonfire because the rest of the group is so entertaining, hilarious, wild, and a little bit dumb. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let Beard Laws and the boys, Toby, Brandon, Logan, Zach, Richie, and our occasional special guest entertain you. We're live on the Beard Laws YouTube Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for whatever reason you want to see us and or our beards, check us out, thebeardlawspodcast.com. We're everywhere.
What's up, buddy?
Ew. I know it's cold.
Indeed.
So you want to get the sweaters going.
No. I reject that. And I'll tell you why.
Why would you do that?
Well, you don't put gloves on furry hands, do you?
Well, no.
No, you don't. So you know what? I like to keep my beanbag clean like my palms.
Yes.
That's right.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is out now. It's got the skin safe technology you're used to. It's got the LED light like you're used to. But this one, it's got the foil blade.
Oh my god, the foil blade. It's nice for the crevasse.
Exactly. So it, hooks up your nether regions.
Goes right up the Mississippi on the one side and the Rio Grande on the other side.
Exactly. So go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD for 20% off, plus free shipping.
Yeah, indeed.
And it's not even just for this, right?
No, it's for anything on there.
Exactly, especially
our favorite,
the crop mops, the ball and butt wipes. If you see us, we always give them out.
We'll hand them to you.
Exactly.
They'll be in the package, it's okay.
If you don't see us, manscaped.com, promo code BACONPOD, 20% off of those bad boys.
Free shipping.
And always remember to ask yourself,
what's your bacon?
Right, I agree.
I feel like I don't discuss unless they ask, right? I don't discuss why this tattoo is so important or why I'm getting it or why whatever with the artist. Like I've been working with the same guy for 10 years now, so plus longer. And you too.
Yeah,
it's like I don't need to tell them why I'm getting something. They're a fucking person. So you know what? Talk to them about
the art,
fucking life,
right?
And shit that they're going to be spending 4 hours or whatever it is, however long they're spending with you. Like you might as well let them do their job and not talk about you the whole fucking time.
That's also true.
What pisses me off the most, and what I hate to think about, I'm not even a tattoo artist, but don't sit there and just hit the guy with, so how long you been doing this for, man?
Oh God, yeah.
What's dude? That's this show. That's literally this show.
What kind of pen do you use? Stuff like that. Like, stop, man, stop.
I will say, because I've been with the same guy for a little while. Like he just started getting into the wireless thing, and he's like, "Dude, this is the coolest fucking thing ever." I was like one of the first people that's
totally into that too.
Yeah, I was like one of the first people he tried it on. He's like, "It's so great," and it doesn't. It's not like it's not like the razor when you're like trying to shave and your razor you hear go. You're like, oh no, just this one spot. It actually just stops like altogether.
Right. Yeah.
If it can't do it, it can't do it. So he was like, "You mind if I try this out on you?" And I was like, "If you fuck it up, are you going to charge me for it?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, "Then let's go.
Then let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get."
My girlfriend actually is going to tattoo school. She's been tattooing for about a year now. So I gave her my body to practice on.
I was gonna say, what'd she do on you?
She's actually done a lot, and she's actually getting pretty good. So it's a win-win for me that she's going to tattoo school. So I don't have to pay for any for the rest of my life.
Excellent.
But no, I put that trust in her. I was like, you know what? a free tattoo. I'm not gonna complain. Please don't screw it up too bad. First one she ever did was this cobweb
nice.
here, and it turned out really good. And she did the XOXO, so it's kind of just like, all right, that's not bad. We'll stick to the small stuff first, and then kind of work our way up. And eventually, she got pretty good. So I mean, she can't do super gigantic pieces and all that kind of stuff yet, but she's getting there. And it's
What do they have
The
in?
small things a good way to kind of like gauge your lines.
Yeah,
Kind of like check out the line work and check out like all that kind of stuff. Like it's a if you can do a small spider web, that's pretty great.
well, it's pretty intricate
Woo!
already.
Hey, that's better than most. I gave her a tattoo. The first tattoo I ever gave.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry for any tattoo artist that's listening to this out there. It's like prohibited, like illegal, but man, I botched her up so bad. She had to like fix it herself, but she wanted like crossbones.
Mhm.
Whew. I looked like a kindergarten coloring outside the lines. So, and I was like, yo, don't break up with me. I was like freaking out. I'm like, I fucked her shit up. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
You're like, welcome to forever, baby.
Yeah, but no, we had to have surgery on her arm just to like make sure like it was fixed. So luckily she ended up fixing it. But after that, I was like, yeah, I'm never doing this again. I'll receive tattoos, but
Not my thing.
Are you an artist? Do you draw?
yeah, I can draw. I paint
Okay.
actually. I got a couple paintings here. I got this one I've done. So it's like
Nice.
it's very clumpy. It's very clumpy because I like that kind of abstract work.
Yeah, I like
Texture.
that kind
Lots
of
of
work.
texture.
And then I did this one. This one's like super abstract. I kind of just fiddled around with this. I wanted to have it like
I'll
that.
bring it a little closer to the camera.
Bring it a little closer so we can see what's up.
So you got like a cobweb there.
Yeah.
Bring me the horizon. Just, I don't know, some weird shit. I never got to finish it, so I kind of just was like, you know what, I'll fix it later. But
Before we go on, I do want to let everybody know that if you're listening in your car and you want to see all of this stuff that we've got going on, go to strangerhoodtv.com. We have this episode out on video form, and you can see all this artwork.
You can check it all out.
Pretty cool. And the tattoo, and by the spoiler alert, you can get Luke's nipple.
No, we gotta cut that out.
Nipple.
No, we cut that out. Nah, we're cutting that out, bro. Cutting that out.
No, man. But
we'll blur it. We'll blur it.
We'll blur it.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
We'll pixelate it.
I've gained some weight, man. I've gained some weight, so I'm trying to like get back in shape here. I don't need my flabs showing.
That nipple will look just like an exposed penis.
Just like a beep. Yeah, let's do it.
I gotta tell you though, like we're all trying, right? We're all trying.
To what?
We're all trying to like get thinner.
Or whatever. Absolutely.
But yeah, nah, dude, you're good.
It's a hard life, man. It's a hard life.
Hell yeah,
dude. I went to the doctor the other day, and I was like, he was like, "How you feeling?" I go, "Pretty good. Like, I just went on a vacation. We were just out. We were doing like 30,000 steps a day. Like, I was doing all right. And I wasn't eating like an asshole. It was pretty great. I feel like I might have lost some weight." And he was like, "Nope, you're heavier than you were." And I was like,
God, man.
He was like, "Not exactly weight loss." And I was like, "Oh, okay,
yeah,
all right." And he was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't grow up scrawny. I've never been a scrawny guy. So
you're a football player.
Yeah. A big bone. So
yeah, me too. Him too.
I was really fit in the military. When I got out, I was all broken and hurt. My back was all jacked up. I got put on a bunch of medications, and I gained some weight now. Gained some weight. So
yeah, were you writing songs and writing music before you went into the military, or was that something that you kind of found after you got out?
So before I was in the military, I've always played guitar. I taught myself how to play guitar and piano. Never had the courage to sing, but before I joined the military, I was posting videos of me singing and playing guitar in the parking garage every now and then, just to like kind of like see what people would say because I was afraid. But when I got And after I went through all the things that I did, I found writing my feelings down in a notebook helped more than talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that person didn't understand me. So when I got to the point where I started hearing, like, Tell Me About Tomorrow by Jaden Hostler saved my life. I was in the midst of an anxiety attack one day at ends meet with myself. I came across that song, and that song filled my heart with so much. It filled the void in my heart, and that was kind of the point where I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I had been writing poems. I turned like everything that I wrote down, I put it into a poetic form of art, just because like I wanted to turn it into something that it would be easier for me to like read back on and stuff like that. So I'd already have like practice in doing that. So when it came to songwriting, it came natural. It was like everything up here just flew right out of me. It was so easy to just. I wrote my first song in 5 minutes, and I've actually written a couple of my songs in 5 minutes. So it's
those
like
are the best ones, man.
Yeah,
and then, those are the ones you're most happy about because it just happens fluidly.
And then I have had a couple of songs that took me several freaking months to write.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was in the military, I was going through so much, and I had so much going on. I had so much going on that I wanted to get. I felt like I was carrying so much weight, so it was a lot easier for me to just kind of pour everything off of my chest. And when I got out, it was a lot harder for me because I was still in that military mindset, and being a civilian again, it's kind of really hard readjusting to life because you have a whole life. You have 20 years of your life or 19, 18 years of your life. And then you get brainwashed, go into the military, especially with my MOS, I was infantry. So take everything you've ever known, throw it away. Now you're going to get trained to kill people. You either kill or you get killed in the front of battle.
Mm-hmm.
And then going back out to the civilian world, that's still your mindset. You never let go of that. So even to this day, that's still the mindset I have. And it's caused me a lot of problems and stuff. So
you're not even that far removed from that.
Right.
Yeah.
From all of that. That's wild. That's wild stuff, man.
How does that though? I mean, like I will say that the music industry is rough, and it's its own kind of like
beast.
Yeah, it's its own minefield of things that you have to kind of navigate. So how do you think like that mindset has actually helped you as far as kind of getting into this? Because you're getting a lot further in a very short period of time than some other artists do. Sometimes it takes people a few more years to get kind of where you're getting.
Right.
And I mean, that can only be kind of like that mindset and that drive and that hustle and that focus. I would think. I mean, what do you think? Like,
yeah, I think for me it was I didn't spend so much time trying to be like somebody else and trying to fit in like other people. I mean, I did have my inspirations, and I did try to do certain things that the artists that were inspired me. I try to do those kind of things. But since day one, I've stayed true to my intentions. I've always been myself. I have grinded so hard, and I have, like, when I first started, when I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, I went head first deep, like not knowing anything. Kind of like I said, screw it, I'm going to do it. I full sent it. And ever since that point, I've just continued I've put myself in situations like, and I've had an industry horror story right off the bat. I had a relationship with this other artist that ended up living with me. He was one of my best friends at the time, pretended to be somebody he wasn't, pretended to be up here. And as a newly fresh artist, I see that as oh my God, that's a huge opportunity. Like, oh my gosh, like, yes, kind of deal. Right. And no, I got screwed over so hard. He stole from me, used me, lied on me, just arrogant. Just my reputation right off the bat was horrible because of this guy, and some other stuff, but not to get too deep in it. But turns out, dude was he was a lie. He just pretended to be somebody he wasn't, just for the clout. You know,
Hey, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that fake it till you make it attitude.
yeah.
Fake it until you make it, man. And that's that. Like, to me, music's so much more than that, because I know what music means to me, because music saved my life. And I feel like a lot of people do music nowadays just to want to be famous and stuff. And there's a side of the music industry that's super evil, and that's a long conversation I could go into and talk about all day long, but I won't. So I feel like so much of the music industry is corrupted. Nobody wants talent; they just want money. So there's
it's not run by musicians anymore. It used to
be
run
by
musicians.
people who used to love the craft, and
now it's run by people
like,
who went to college to get a degree and said, like, "Oh,
crunch
music
numbers
business would be awesome." That type.
But there's like only a few of us type of artists left. I mean, there's a good amount, but when it comes to the music industry all in general, it's huge. So, I mean, there are other artists out there like myself who really strive to just bring all the love and positivity of music back into the scene. And, being yourself and being genuine and staying true to who you are, especially when it comes to doing this, it's crucial. You got to throw yourself on the pedestal. It's very nerve-wracking to just make a song and put it out. But, you just got to do it, man. And you can't be afraid to connect with people. You can't be afraid to reach out to higher and bigger artists, because the worst thing they're going to say is no. But when it comes to how I got this far, and I believe this is what helped me out the most, was that I wiggled my way through my contacts. Like, I met one person, and then I met Nathan Darmody of All-Star Weekend back in 2011 with Disney Channel and stuff. I used to watch him on TV. Well, I met him. He ended up becoming one of my best friends, and I worked with him for a year and a half, and still do work with him. He's one of my track producers. We did all my stuff. I went through his mentorship class, master class, got to work with him.
He appears on the Where Are My Friends video.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got to fly out to San Diego, hang out. I met him last year. I just been super close to Nathan, and through him, I met so many artists. I met Tosh Peterson. I got to meet Jaden in person and had a whole conversation with him. Beauty School Dropout. I mean, Sachi 6 through him. Like, just, it's all about connecting with people and having good relationships and being genuine. And I hate people who go Hollywood, because at the end of the day, like, what does that really do for you? Like, how does that make you succeed? Like, just be yourself, man. Like, if I had a problem with an artist that I did a song with, I'm not going to name drop, but I met him for the first time. I walked up to him and it was like trying to shake his hand and like talk to him. He acted like he was better than me and didn't want to have anything to do with me. I'm like, dude, we have a song coming out together.
Right.
Like, bro, what? Like, do you not want to like get to know who you're doing a song with? So I was like, you know what, whatever. And the whole night I watched him walk around, talk to everybody else, and I'm sitting there like, this dude straight up ignore me, bro.
Right.
So at that point, I'm just like, whatever. But for me, after I dropped that guy that I was working with at the very beginning, I kept the people that was very close to me, and I started finding people like those people, because those people got me through all the ups and downs. And I made sure to keep good, healthy environmental people in my group, because that's just kind of what it's all about.
That's awesome.
I'm getting pretty excited because it's almost time to grill.
It's always time to grill. You know why?
I know.
Because I use grillyourassoff.com. All their stuff is fucking fantastic.
Well, I will say you don't even have to grill outside, even though you do all year round. I don't all year round, but I use all their stuff inside as well.
Yes, exactly.
So I still get the flavors.
Exactly. Everything from their seasoning to their sauces to their hot sauces. And you know what? They also provide delicious snacks.
They do. We actually tried some on the show. We got some cowboy-style beef jerky right here. Their jerky is really, really good.
It's really flavorful, really delicious, and you can have your own. If you go to grillyourassoff.com,
Indeed.
If you go to grillyourassoff.com, use a promo code BACON, and you get 10% off your entire order.
Nice.
And not only will you be helping us out, but you'll be helping out veterans and first responders.
Yeah.
Because this company is veteran owned, and it's super badass, and we love these guys. Almost a day one sponsor with this show.
That's true.
And we are going to support them forever. Super
check out
cool
their
guys.
site. Check it out. Taste the freedom. If you don't know what you want to get, go ahead and use their product finder quiz.
Yes.
Set yourself up. Figure something out right now over at grillyourassoff.com.
And always remember to ask yourself,
What's your bacon?
what's your bacon?
Or what's on your bacon?
Bunker bacon bourbon barbecue sauce. That's what's up.
What's up, fam?
Yeah.
Bacon listeners? Ever wanted to help out the show? Ever wanted to know a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes here at Bacon?
Perhaps keep these glasses a little bit fuller.
Mine's empty.
Yeah. Go over to patreon.com/baconismypodcast where you can get additional content, including tastings.
Yeah, you can get cooking shows.
You can get early ad-free shows.
That's right.
And at even the lowest tier, come participate with us every week in our discussion and drinks episode where we hang out with you, our BIMP squad.
You're a part of the show. Join us, hang out, weigh in on everything that we're talking about, weigh in on everything, maybe be a part of the show.
Exactly.
It's happened.
Join the BIMP squad.
Yeah.
Get your first week for free over
right
at
now.
patreon.com/baconismapodcast.
What's your bacon?
Now, what I wanted to ask you, like, so you were talking about how you were self-taught guitar, you kind of kicked it around, that kind of stuff, and so afraid to sing. He was there, I was there,
Yeah.
and
yet
for
we're
us,
both singers for our band.
right?
too,
We're both
so-
singers for our band,
Same journey, my
and our
friend.
band, and like so we became singers out of necessity for the band
Yeah.
stuff,
Because singers
like-
suck to deal with.
right? Like, so for you, I mean, I don't know if you were in and out of bands or whatnot, but
Nope.
like, yeah. So like, I know like from your bio and whatnot, it's this is his first project. Like, this is the first time he's ever doing anything. He hasn't been doing bands for you
Right.
know through high school and whatever. So what helped you craft a song? What helped you get through a song? What
Yeah, to take your poetry.
Yeah.
and
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I was not on the pop punk train very long. I'm talking about just very freshly new to it and introduced to it like 2022 right off the bat.
Right.
But
That's where you get your legs though.
yeah, I grew up on like indie folk music, like Bon Iver, Novo More, like all that sad, depressing music. Like I even grew up on country music way back in the day. I listened to hip hop in high school, but I feel like that was just a phase of my life. But when I started finding music that really meant something to me and had that emotional hold on me, that's what I grew in. And so, especially when I went to the military, I got introduced to like heavy metal and like rock music and all that kind of stuff. You're shooting machine guns in the field and you're being a badass, flying in helicopters, and you got heavy metal music playing.
right.
Badass. So I mean, like, I wanted to find. I knew I didn't have the vocals to do all that stuff, but I wanted to find a mix between the two, and that's when I found pop punk, that alternative rock sound, and I fell in love with it. And dude, I wish I could explain it to you. I didn't have a car. I had no money. I literally scrapped up pennies, rented a car, had my mom help me pay for my first studio session, and no direct. I was on the phone. The first time I ever spoke to somebody on the phone about a studio session, the dude was high. He was so high. He just freestyled on the phone with me. It was so just like one of those moments like, yeah, like, okay, cool. Like, we're going to get in the studio or something. And he said,
Yeah, man.
just high as shit, freestyling. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I hung up on the guy, and I ended up finding the studio out in Syracuse, and met my first engineer. His name is Mikey Tavares. Super cool guy. Syracuse sound. Yeah, no direction. I freaking just drove myself to the studio. I was like, hey, this is what I got. This is what I want to do. Please help me get this done. And I recorded my first song. And for the first 2 weeks, I was promoting the shit out of it. And then I had one of my best friends hit me up and like, dude, that shit sucks. You got to go record that. No, that's serious.
Friends are so important, man.
That's serious, man. He was like,
Somebody's got to tell you.
Yeah, he told me, he was like, dude, this sucks, bro. Like, you got to go record this shit. Like, it sounds choppy. Like,
Right.
you're not putting your all into it. I was like, man, fuck you, bro. This shit's awesome, bro. And I kept listening to it, and his name's Devin. He's one of my best friends. I will love him to the day I die for that shit, because the more I listen to it, the song sucks, guys. It was horrible. So I ended up going back, and it was really cool because my grandfather came up and visited me, and my grandfather is the number one reason why music's even a part of my life. And he actually got to sit in the studio with me while I recorded the second demo of that song. And by the grace of God, that turned out 10 times better than the first one. Nice. So ended up dropping that one.
It's so funny. Like we talk about it on this show all the time. There's definitely different people you bring into the process at different times. Like your buddy telling you when you're like, yeah, look what I recorded. I'm ready. Like, I'm going to drop this. And they're like, no. As you get into it, I'm lucky enough to like have my studio this is my studio.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'll sit down one night and I'll just be like, dude, I just wrote something fucking great. And then I'll send it to somebody, or I'll send it to Jimmy, and they'll be like, well, let's slow down with the great for a sec. Is it great? Is it great? Is it? But I can do that with like a voice note or a rough demo or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But like that learning process of, well, I wrote a song and I put it down, versus I wrote a song, I put it down, I've worked it, I've demoed it,
I paid for this recording.
Demoed it again, and I've paid for the recording.
Right.
And now we're done mixing. And now I've showed it to somebody, and that person will come back to you again and go.
It's kind of discouraging too. I mean, again, I was freshly new to it. I had no idea what I was doing. So when I did it, I was super excited about it, and I had already distributed it for like a month out. So halfway into it, when I'm already scared shitless. Like, what are other people going to think?
Yeah,
sure. And they hear me for the first time singing. It sounds like crap. Everybody's like making jokes and stuff. So my buddy, he just hit me up. I was like, dude, people are laughing at you, bro. Like, I'm your best friend. I'm going to be real with you. If you drop that, I'm going to be one of those people laughing at you. You better go back and record that shit, because I know you can do better. And even though that sucked and I was like really defensive over it, and that's kind of one of the biggest reasons why I never just sang in the first place, because I was afraid of what other people would think. If it wasn't for him saying that and being real with me and being that true friend and be like, hey, like, you can do so much better. Like, come on, don't be afraid. Get in there and then pour your heart out. I wouldn't be where I am. So
that's awesome. That's
pretty cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. And you don't know. I mean, the first time you record something, you're just excited that you got something recorded.
Yeah.
And if something sounds loud and big, like, especially if you don't know what you're capable of because you don't have someone pushing you, you're just like, okay, it's loud and big. This is what I can do. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, I think the big change too with Luke, he probably demoed a song out on a voice notes on his acoustic and singing it, or
right, and then brought it to somebody and said,
humming how you want the music to be,
right,
and then after it go, here are the lyrics.
Beatboxing
I've done
drums, beatboxing some drums to somebody.
It was literally me. It was literally me sitting here. I wrote it on my couch, and I was like kind of humming it. Well, I got in the studio, and I'm sitting there in the mic. I'm like reading it off my phone, reading the lyrics off my phone, trying to come up with a melody as I'm listening to the track. But
right. And you're like, this is how it's done. And it's like, this isn't how it's done.
No.
But you know what? Everybody's got to have that. And you know what? I got to tell you, the fact that this story is from 2022. You said 22, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And where you're at now.
And we're here. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty sick.
That's a big jump.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a big jump, dude.
That's a great, you built a great team around you. Actually, we know we have a mutual friend who we're not at liberty to say yet, but
Right.
they are working with the same team you are as well. They
Sweet, cool.
We'll talk off air about it.
Yeah, we'll jump in.
Sweet.
I checked out an interview that you did somewhere else where there were a couple quotes that I grabbed from it that I thought were really cool, and we already kind of hit a couple of them without even asking about it. But one thing I wanted to ask you is in your opinion, what's the difference between making good music and making real music?
Good music, to me, everybody wants to have that mainstream song. Everybody wants to blow up. Everybody wants to go viral. And I think and especially in this generation, like I may be Gen Z, but up here, I'm millennial. Like I'm old school. But just maturity wise, like I feel like the world's just too focused on going viral and wanting to go viral. It's just viral this, viral that. Like there's nothing genuine nowadays. So the difference between somebody just saying, hey, like I just made this fire ass song, like we're about to go viral, like we're about to go to the top, like we're about to get rich, make money, and live this awesome life. That's great and all. But to me, especially when it comes to the reason why I even started doing it, is because artists who made real music changed my life and inspired me. And maybe if like those people were able to take their story and all the negative things that they've been through and to turn it into something so powerful and hopeful, what's stopping me from doing that? So at the end of the day, like I want to be able to do that for somebody else. And so when it comes to, making good music versus, I'm not saying real music is good music, but I should have said that.
Yeah.
I should have said that in more of a clout viral type of thing. But
no, I totally got it. I think it makes the way you said it, I thought made total sense.
Yeah.
I love that quote because to me, like, it is really easy to make good music.
Yeah.
There are so many things that can help someone who has zero musical talent make something good, because you can get drum loops, you can get guitar loops, you can have a program that puts in the progression for you.
Right.
You can make everything, and everything will sound really good, and it's really easy to get something
rock band,
mixed,
baby.
and it takes a couple of bucks to put it out on Spotify or anything else, and you can put out something good, right?
Of course.
And you can put out a good sounding song about nothing. But to me, real means another word that you said earlier that I always harp on is authentic, right? If something's not authentic, then it just isn't worth as much,
right?
To me personally, right? I can listen to 10 songs, and even if 9 of them sound better than the 10th one, if the 10th one is real and I get something out of it, that's the favorite. That's the one that sticks with me. That's the one I'll listen to again. Right. I can get more out of somebody's voice recording on their phone than I can out of a fully produced thing. If the fully produced thing is just kind of
homogenized in there.
Yeah, it's just kind of there. So I think making good music is easy and making real music is hard. And the easier good music gets to make, the harder it is to achieve real music.
Yep.
Because you
just get so caught up. Yeah. You get so caught up in the world and all the worldly things, and it kind of goes back to the person I associated myself right off the get-go, and it was that guy who just he drowned himself in all the possibilities of, oh my God, like if I just say this is who I am as a person, maybe I will start to believe this is who I am as a person. And now that I look back and see how far I've came since letting go and moving on from that person in my life and seeing how that person stayed exactly where they were, it just kind of like makes me super thankful that I even put myself through that, is just because like if I wouldn't have done that for myself by getting out and stayed in it, I wouldn't be where I am today. And God forbid, I would probably end up just like he was.
Right.
So I think that's an example of good music and real music.
Do you remember or has it happened yet? Because you're still like, it's crazy to think that you're still so new into all of this. So have you experienced this yet? And if you have, do you remember it? The first time somebody came to you and said, hey, this thing that you wrote made me feel like I'm not alone in the world. Like,
dude,
it means something.
It's crazy, and I might tear up a little bit because it has happened a lot. And my goal from the very beginning was just if my music's able to help at least one person, then my job is done. But for example, today, one of my good friends from back home, one of my good friends from back home, he's got a little sister, and I guess she really likes my music, and it's really inspiring how much she looks up to me, because he FaceTimed me and he was like, I told you I knew him. And she's sitting there like, oh my God. And I'm just like, no, what? I'm just Luke. Like, I'm just me. Like, and it's just like such a surreal feeling that where I was 2 years ago, now people are looking up to me, and it makes me super emotional to even think about it, because that's all I've ever hoped and wanted since I've even started making music, because I knew where I was 2 years ago, and I still go through those things every day. You know, I'm not fully healed, but looking back, like if I could look back and tell myself anything, it would be like, dude, we've done more than you could have ever thought of. Like, it's just, I'm super humble and I'm super happy, and I'm just overwhelmed at the fact that I am where I am, and I couldn't have done it without the people that I have in my life. But my goal, I just want to help people, and the fact that I've been able to touch, people's lives, it just gives me every reason to keep going and to keep making the music that I make, because my story's not over. So my story keeps going every day, and I have more to tell. That's why I left off on the EP with a very sad song, because life's full of highs and lows, and unfortunately for that very point in time, that's all I had left. So my story keeps going, and I'll always stay true to myself and try to put out the most real music that I can possibly put out, because the type of music that saved my life kept me going and kept me here on earth. So if I can do that for somebody else, that's all I want in the world.
That's the key, man. That's the key.
Yeah, dude.
We say it all the time. Like, music keeps us from driving off bridges. To think that our music could ever keep anyone from driving off a bridge, one, it's like a pipe dream and it's so far out there. But anytime when you get that moment where someone goes, hey, something you wrote meant something to me, it just floors you.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. But it also makes, because this business and this industry is so fucked up and so hard and so against you and so there's so more catering to good music than real music.
Right.
It makes it like, when those things happen, it kind of gives you like a boost to going, because you're just like, oh man, I can't, like, shit. Okay. One person said something to me that gives me the strength to, like, okay, I need to get in the studio tomorrow, or I need to write tomorrow, or I need to do this, or I need to do that, or I need to push this because it meant something to somebody. So it means it's worth something.
Yep.
You know, and we're musicians, so we all don't think we're worth anything until somebody else tells us we are, which sucks.
Yeah, isn't it the worst?
Sucks, but it's just the way it is. So that validation is so important sometimes. I wish it wasn't. I wish we could all, and I'm sure some people can, but I wish we could all, as writers, like, derive some kind of like self-worth from just the aspect of writing.
I mean, it's a very, 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 very hard thing to do too. Making music is hard, man. Like, writing something on a piece of paper and recording that and putting that out to the world. I mean, that's billions of people to judge you.
Yep.
And I mean,
every time. And if they don't like your song and your song is real, they don't like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, it's not like your song sucks. It's like, oh, your experiences and outlook on life. Yeah, you as a human, you suck.
Yeah.
Like, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's
like,
rough.
damn, fuck me then, right?
Yeah, like, oh shit. All right. Okay.
But no, I mean, I think that's just another thing too, and it's very important to be humble too,
Yeah.
and that's something that I've learned tremendously along the way. Is if you remain humble and you remain and you don't put yourself up on a pedestal trying to be like, I'm better than everybody. I don't need to answer this person or this person or this person. You're a douchebag. Like, you're not going to grow from that.
Yeah.
So remaining humble gets you a very, very far way. And I think anybody who out there who's an artist and is watching this, your fans and the people that listen to your music are the only reason why you are what you are, because those people are the ones who supported you and got you to the place you're at. So talk to your fans, man. Connect with them, grow with them, because I know for me, I put myself right there with them all. I'm not above any of them. I like to throw myself headfirst into the crowd, because we all go through things. We all have a story. Everybody's story matters. Nobody's different. But if they see the fact that I'm right there in the middle with them and I am where I am, there's absolutely no doubt in their mind that, hey, if Luke can do it, so can I.
Yep. There are
That's
no
awesome.
pedestals. There are only ladders.
Yeah.
Right. And there's ladders and platforms. And sometimes you can reach the ladder yourself, but most of the time you need people to boost you to it.
That's right.
And that's just the way it works.
Hell yeah. I will ask Luke as a last question.
Sure.
Is as a lyricist and as a tattoo aficionado, if you will, have you had lyrics actually either your lyrics tattooed on somebody, or have you tattooed any lyrics on you before?
Actually, I have. Yeah. Boys.
Which one?
Boys Don't Cry. I got it on my arm.
Oh, little Cure. I like it.
Yeah. I have a song called Boys Don't Cry, yeah, and I didn't know about the Cure until after I dropped it, but actually my tattoo says Boys Do Cry. And how I wrote the song and the perspective was, society says boys don't cry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I say yes we do. So I got Boys Do Cry written on me, and yeah, man. I mean, Destroy. I got Destroy Me. I'm drowning in a song. I got that tattooed on me.
Nice.
A lot of my tattoos mean something, and a lot of them resemble my music, whether it's a lyric or something. But man, I know that I don't know how to explain who I am. I mean, how I am as a person. I like to go as deep as possible, and I feel like for me personally, that's helped me get through a lot of the things that I've gotten through, is just being like completely wholeheartedly unapologetically myself, like being transparent and vulnerable to these types of things. Because if I can help myself understand, like, you gotta get through this shit. Like, you gotta come on, man, you gotta pick it up, you gotta keep going. And that that helps me too. So especially when it comes to my tattoos, looking at some of these sometimes really saves me, especially through my bad days, because I can look at all this after having a meltdown and be like, yo, snap out of it. Like, you see that right there? Think about that story right there in your hand. Like, think about that story right there on your leg or your arm or your chest. Like, how bad did that suck? How bad did that shit suck? And look where you're at. Like, you got through it. So pick it up, suck it up, be a soldier. It's okay to have emotions and feelings, cry it out, man. But at the end of the day, like, let's get back on the ball. Let's keep rolling.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
like
it,
that.
man.
Good advice.
Well, dude, we've taken up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
No, dude, I enjoyed this so much. Thank you guys.
Good. Cool.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. We're so happy you joined us, and happy that you're still hanging out. And what we want you to do is let everybody know where to find everything Luke Middleton. Yep. Including the brand new EP, Happy Never After.
Everything Luke Middleton is on LukeMiddletonMusic.com. From there, you can find that's my website, obviously, but my merch is on there, my social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that fun stuff, Twitter, as well as all my music platforms, specifically Spotify and Apple Music. My bio is there, merch. just YouTube videos, kind of everything all in once, like my big EPK, honestly. But Luke Middleton, all social platforms, music platforms as well.
Nice. Awesome. Again, thank you so much for hanging with us. We really appreciate it. And remember, everybody that's been listening, has gotten something from this.
I hope you've gotten something from this, because this is like
it's been a good one.
A lot of the things that we covered in this are things that people have asked us before, and yeah, this is a great episode.
Yeah, so
I'm happy about this episode.
Me too. I'm excited.
Everybody that's listened, thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for checking Luke out. Thank you for checking the music out. Share it with your friends. Spread it. Send a message to him and let him know. Let him know how it affects you. Let him know you love the music. Let him know you like it. Let him know you dig it. Right. And also remember to ask yourselves every single day, what is that thing for you that opens your heart a little bit? What's that thing for you that can be a topping side or a main course? What is that thing for you that makes your day a little bit better?
We've asked this before. I feel like we've asked this.
I feel like
before.
we've asked it a lot.
Yeah. Luke, do you remember what that question is?
What's your bacon?
Yes. That's the question we're looking for. Every time I go to say Luke, I go to say Luke Boville.
Who the hell's that?
He's from the band that was over in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
That we interviewed.
Yes.
And who still enjoys
I don't know last
liking
names.
our stuff.
I don't know last names, man.
I don't know the band name.
Me either.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's awful. But but Luke Middleton.
Yes.
Dude. He's a lot of fun. He's a great dude.
Cool dude.
And
good conversation. A lot about tattoos, a little bit about songwriting.
Yeah.
So if you guys enjoyed it, let us know. We like to try and go wherever the guest has an interest.
Indeed.
I like that.
Indeed, I like that. I liked what he had to say, and we've talked in the past about like discussion and drinks about if this is your first song, it's fucking
yes,
it is your first song and stuff like that. But where he's at for year 2, this EP.
Well, we're not hearing his first song.
Right, we're not hearing his first song,
right.
But we are hearing his first songs.
We're hearing his first release.
Right.
Your first release. How many songs in were you for your first release?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Well, because back in the dark ages when we were fucking doing this, you had to pay a lot of money.
Yeah, he's old school, like millennials.
Fuck, man. And then he's pointing to me. This guy's pointing to me like, and I was like, okay, well, first off, I don't identify as a millennial.
Right.
Exennial.
Right. What are you?
I'm an exennial.
And so you're Gen X?
I am that cusp between millennial and X. And
so just say Gen X. Which one are you more? Which one are you really in? There's no cusp.
Well, there apparently is. Well, okay. By definition of a millennial,
cusps
I
are
am.
Bullshit.
By definition of either of those, I am one or the other.
Right, and which one is it?
But if it's an exennial...
No, which one is it?
I fall in
which
an
one is it?
exennial.
You know why exennial was made? Because people didn't want to be called millennials.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Like myself.
Right. So they were like, no, I'm on the cusp. I'm, like...
Exennial.
X ends here, and I was born after that, but close to it.
Well, all I'll say is
bullshit.
This. If millennials is old school...
Right.
Where are you at?
Well, millennials, I don't think millennials is old school. And that tells you where I am.
Which is, right.
Which is X. and I'm full on X.
I'll tell you what. He goes, 2002. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I graduated that year.
Right.
But you know what?
But that's awesome.
That's cool.
There's always going to be people, and they're always going to be born later.
Right.
No one at this point is going to be born before us.
Exactly. And you know what? I got to tell you, like,
I just
Luke
thought it was funny when he was
fun.
like, old school like millennials. I was like, ow.
Old school. So that would make you Dark Ages.
Yeah, I almost called him a dick. But I didn't, because I was like, we just met. Don't be a dick, Luke.
But honestly, after talking to him, he would have taken it in stride.
He would have, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we got lucky with Luke, and go listen to his music. For 2 years in, honestly,
he's doing a really, really good job.
Really great, and the fact that he's going to, hey, listen, I have this stuff, and I have this material, and I'm going to go to respected people within the industry to try and make this. Man, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I love and I told him when we were off air also, like, just the idea of, you can make good music or you can make real music. And you can make real music that's also good and that's also great. And you can make good music that's also real. But there is a distinction there. You can make good music that isn't at all real.
Right.
You can make bite-sized fast food music. Right?
Right, where it's I can eat this.
And some people do. And some people that we've had on the show do. And some people that we have on the show that have made real music have dipped their toe into some good music and found some success and leaned into good music. And I don't begrudge them that. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, if you start finding some kind of appreciation or success or something from something that you did, then lean into it and go into it. You know what I mean? Like, by all means. But just having that conversation and having that awareness to be like, I see things like this or this. And I kind of do too. Like, honestly, like, I do that too. I probably shouldn't. I should probably try and make more good music. It's not as much real music.
I feel like that's what we should all do.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
if we did, we might drive off bridges.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could, and I don't know if he could. So there's a kindred spirit going on there.
Yeah,
which I appreciate.
But Luke was a real one. Loved it. Enjoyed our chat with him.
Yeah.
A lot of insight.
I even enjoyed the chat after the show almost more than the chat on the show.
Yeah, we did.
And what was really cool is it was very much the same. So there wasn't anything. There was nothing put on for the show.
So I do hope that Luke, hits us up again.
Oh, he will. He'll hit us up again.
And
I'm sure he will. And I hope all of you check out his music and check him out. And not only check him out and check out his music, but follow him. Follow him because his music is good now and it's only going to keep getting better. And with the mindset he has and the dedication that he has, it's going to continue being real. So I think that's awesome. So follow him and keep checking him out.
Agreed. And I guess this is the time that we start talking about ourselves, right?
Oh, okay. So speaking of good and real music, where can they find all your stuff?
Well, good and real music you can find at Spotify, Apple Music, and all of those things.
Yeah.
Look for Bacon Is My Passion, right?
It is real.
Because it's real. Mm-hmm. Just like vampires are real.
I think it's good. Is it real like vampires are real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched Renfield. I know it's rooted. It's rooted.
Renfield's good.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It was good.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
It's rooted in reality. If vampires are real. I know energy vampires are real.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've dealt with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, go to Bacon Is My Passion if you want to listen to some fun music that Jimmy and I wrote. But also, go to baconismypodcast.com where we pour ourselves into some shirts like these.
I definitely poured myself into this shirt.
I can tell. I can tell. It's everything that you would have wanted it to be.
It is.
And hit us up there.
Guardian shirts are back in stock.
Yes, and it costs you nothing to check it out. You know, just go browse, take a look, see what's there. You know what else costs you nothing?
What's that?
5-star reviews.
Ooh.
If you listen to us all the time, give us a 5-star review.
If you listen
it's
to
the
us
first
once,
time
5-star review.
and you go, I don't know if I listen to this again.
Before you
Give us a different than 5-star review.
Or before you leave, 5-star review. What's it cost you?
Right.
Nothing, but it
Right.
helps us.
But also, like if you don't want to,
If you hated it.
if you hated it,
If you're
let
that
us know
guy,
why.
if you're that guy that saw us and was like, I checked your followers and how many episodes you have, you should probably quit. If you're that guy, then you know what? Tell us that same thing in a review.
Right. And also, you can probably lick my asshole.
Thank you for the interaction.
I actually, a funny story. I'll tell you later. But I did tell somebody who told us twice, you should have more interaction to have better views on your videos.
Right?
Twice on 2 videos, and I said, well, I will tell you this, that if your marketing strategy is to wait, hold on. If your marketing strategy is to comment on people's videos that they don't have enough interaction, and your interaction on your videos is much less, your marketing strategy is for shit. So if you do it again on my videos, I'm going to report you. And it came off like immediately.
I bet.
So,
I bet.
but yeah, so yeah, just like us, subscribe, do all that stuff. It's free. If you want to go a little bit extra, go over to baconismypodcast.com. Click on the Patreon link. If you're too lazy to do that, go to patreon.com/baconismypodcast and sign up for one of the tiers. One of the tiers will get you, if you go to the lowest, you will get live episodes every week, right?
Yeah.
At the bare minimum.
We go live every week with our discussions and drink episodes, which comes out on Wednesdays. So you can interact with us live on the show.
And do it on Sunday or
On Sundays
Saturday
or Saturdays
whatever.
or whenever we do the show. And then you can listen to it on Wednesday and be like, hey, they were talking to me on the show.
Yeah. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can get early episodes. So this episode came out on a Monday. You can get it on a Friday.
Check out some early access to music or some extra access to cooking or tasting shows, other shows that we do on there just for the patrons that are not here on the main channel.
Exactly. Also, for me personally, I am at Me My Own Self. Mike, I don't post there nearly as much as I should, as well as Something Heavy Music, at Something Heavy Music. Something Heavy, we've got some stuff working. We've adjusted some things. We're going to be changing. We're flipping the script. We were talking about doing some things on acoustic records, but now we're just gonna write our songs in different genres.
Doing whatever.
Yeah.
It's a whatever record.
Yeah. I don't want to call it an acoustic record because it's a whatever record.
It's an avant-garde record.
Perhaps. I think people are going to hate it.
I think I'm going to love it.
I think you might love it because
I think I'm going to love it.
Because you're going to finally go, oh, you can write in this genre. Like, yeah.
I know you can write in every genre.
Well, I've let you.
Except country.
I've tried.
You think things are country. They're not country.
I've tried. I'm trying.
You can find me. I'm Jimmy G. You can find me at Jimmy G Shoes on all the socials. You can find my band Craven Strange at cravenstrange.net where we have all of our stuff. We are coming out with new things. We haven't announced anything yet. We got a show coming up. We got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. Just jump in. Check us out. If you want to send us a message, send it to any one of those sites. And Usually it'll be me, or one of the guys in the band will definitely check you out and definitely answer whatever it is that you have to say. Check us out on strangerhoodtv.com, where this show lives, as well as shows with our buddies. My 5 from Chris, the drummer of Craving Strange. We've got
the top 20 from our buddy DJ from Revel 9, who
Indeed.
Revel 9 just put out some new music.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Awesome. So if you want to know about new music, if you want to know about pretty great original bands, definitely jump over there. Find out, right? And stay in the conversation with hashtag What's Your Bacon, hashtag Bacon is my podcast, or Bacon is my pod, whichever one you want to use, we'll find. And thank you for listening. And remember to ask yourselves every single day, what is that thing for you that makes your life better? What is that thing for you that makes every part of your day just a little bit more...
Gooder?
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
What's your bacon?
Yeah. World peace.